TV off. What was that all about, Reds? Oh my days. Welcome to the live stream. Hang on, my door's blowing. Say that. Yeah. Insanely professional, as always. Yes, I'm here, finally. Okay, let's get into it. Wow. What was that? What seriously did I just watch there with United? Oh my God, all my days. The comments are flying in already. I am going to start getting people on. By the way, let me just add this at the bottom so people can see. If you do want to come on, have your say, whether it be video, voice, whatever, the link is in the description below. So I want to get your thoughts on it. Get on the show. That's what it's all about. I want to get everyone's opinions on that because I'm still breaking this down. Here as to what is actually going on. What happened in that game? Anyone who is waiting in the lineup to come on the show, I can see you. You are in my view, so just be patient. I will get you on and get your thoughts on it. I just want to get my initial reaction to it. I have just been speaking with Flex on United Stand. Do check that one out. But my God, Alien Tenor, looks like Fergie time is back on the menu, boys. Mate, wow, Fergie time and dessert. Jesus Christ, what was that all about? Dave, yeah, mate, I know. It's hard. Is it just me? We said this a minute ago. I said it a minute ago on United Stand, Flex, that it is incredibly difficult to... Why is it so difficult to celebrate such a win like that? Because we were garbage. Let's be honest. Some moments of individual brilliance has completely overshadowed the actual result for me. So, oh, man, I'm going to get into everyone's initial thoughts on it. I'm just going to come to everyone that I can just a couple of minutes on, and then I'll bring on the next person. Just do as many possible. Let me just add what I can at the moment. Jamal, are you there, buddy?
Hello.
Hello, Jamal. How are you doing, pal?
I'm good. First,
All right, mate.
I'm not a Man United fan, but I'm just here give you idea some of my thoughts on the game. It's just like Manchester, when United win today, is just peppering over the cracks because you guys have because you guys have been playing, let's say, a nice week crap for the past 10 games. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, mate. Say it as it is, mate. Say it as it is.
But if you saw the game today, it's just the whole team. It's like organization. The goals that the Brighton has scored is just avoidable goals. See it. Yeah. The team is in different places. Nobody knows what they're doing or something. And it comes to, for me, it's not about signings. It's knowing the role of each player, knowing which role they have to play in order to not concede, to attack or something.
So you're looking at it in a point of the structure, the tactics, the way the team is set out. That's the major issue at the moment because all this could have been avoided easily.
Exactly, because they were attacking Wan-Bissaka numerous times. So Ole could see that and make defensive changes or something. Because it's clear, if I'm seeing it, maybe even if Ole is not seeing it, one of his assistant coach must say, and we must do something because it's just in the dying moments that they score the second goal. I mean,
so for you, just so I can get some other people on, mate. I'm not trying to push it along or anything, Jamal, mate. I do appreciate you coming on. It's down to Ole, mate. Basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So it depends on the organization and coaching because it's easily avoidable goals. And one more thing, I like your channel. And
thank you very much, mate.
Keep it up, man.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much, mate. Thanks for coming on, Jamal.
Okay, bye.
Cheers, mate. I'm just going to bring on a couple of guys who've been waiting here. So, Space Kids and Dino, are you both there, guys?
Yeah, I'm here.
How are you doing, boys? Well, we just had Jamal on then. Everybody's heard my thoughts. I'll come to you first quickly, Space Kid, mate. how did you see that today? Obviously, we're happy with the win, but let's be honest, mate, that was hard work.
All these were loyal to the wrong things, tactics and players.
I hear that.
Over on Saturday that Victor Lindelof shouldn't start. Victor Lindelof start. I did not feel confident at one point in that whole back line. Yet, here we go again. Brighton deserved the result. Let's call a spade a spade. They deserve the result.
But I like when I see Evra.
They do, mate. They do. I mean, Dino, I can't really. I feel for Brighton fans in a way, mate, because that was pretty much one-way traffic for most of that game, mate. We, apart from some moments of individual brilliance, it was
Shocking.
pretty much shocking, mate, wasn't it?
You were a good
Yeah,
player, but you were
just
not that good.
what can we do? That was. I don't know how we've won that game. I really don't know how we've won that game. For 70-80% of that game, we were poor. Poor. 3 points, yeah, that's brilliant. A win is a win. And they said the best teams win on the baddest days. But at the end of the day, Brighton, if I was the manager, if I was those players, would be absolutely gutted. How many shots, how many times did they hit the bar, the post? If that was us, we'd be kicking ourselves thinking, what the hell is going on at this football club? So I have no words. The substitutions were shocking. Everybody's saying, oh, well, it's 3 points. We've still got the win. I get the points over a performance, but at the end of the day, you're facing teams with more cutting edge. They are going to be putting those chances away. Defensively, we were poor again. Wan-Bissaka, I like Wan-Bissaka. I think he's a very good player. His positional sense was shocking. Same for every goal, really. Penalties were awarded correctly for me. I think midfield, the substitutions really killed us. I think Pogba coming off. I think he controlled the game pretty well. I think bringing on Fred did, I think, actually pretty decent. But really, I don't even know how they beat us, really. They were absolutely immense. I think we were very, very lucky. Very lucky.
That's it, mate. I think there's a few people thinking exactly on the same wavelength there. Quickly from both of you guys. I mean, Space Kids. Sorry, what's your actual name, mate? I know that's your screen name there. What's your name, pal? Oh, you're mute. Hang on, you're on mute. Hang on. All right, say it again, mate. Sorry.
You can call me Mike. I'm from the States.
Ah, sweet, mate. Nice one. I'm just going to get both of you, Dino, and then you as well, Space Kid, mate. I mean, man of the match today for you. Is there anyone who deserves? I mean, I give mine Bruno. I mean, Dino, who's your man of the match, mate?
Golf post and bar. That's my man of the match.
Yeah,
that's my man of the match.
An extra lick of paint.
Honestly, I'd probably say Bruno at a push. Yeah. I think everybody looked off. Martial looked off. His touch were off.
Yeah.
Probably Rashford. He got his goal finally. Yeah.
Quality goal as well.
Yeah, so probably Rashford.
I have a question to you.
Dino, cheers very much for coming on, mate. I'm just going to make some space. Go and enjoy the rest of the football today, mate, and try and sit a bit more comfortably in what you have the last 2 hours, mate.
Let's hope it's better than that lot. Thank you anyway. Cheers.
Cheers, Dino. Space Kid, who's your man of the match, mate?
I'm going to say Bruno Fernandes, but I have a question, Adam. This has been worrying my mind. Do you think that this 4-2-3-1 is the best formation for us?
No, it's not, mate. It's not, mate. The versatile tactics need to be brought in, mate. It's too rigid, it's too obvious, and everyone's picking up on it now. Our positions are finding it easier to play against and figure out for me. So you bang on to bring that point up, mate. Goalpost man of the match, Desnig 2000. Yeah, I think there's a few giving the woodwork man of the matches. Space Kid, I'm going to leave you there, mate. Thanks for coming on, my friend.
No, thank you. Thank you. It's an honor. Appreciate it.
Cheers, mate. No worries. I just need to bring on my main man now. Timmy, what's going on, mate? How stressful was that in the pub?
They equalized, and then, it just went quiet. And then, obviously, you take the 3 points, but I was listening to all the conversation there. Yeah, it was just wasn't good enough, mate. The performance wasn't good enough. Let's just call it as it is. The performance wasn't good enough. We got out of jail in the end. The press did us in again. Matic and Pogba were terrible in possession against the press. There was one point in the second half where it counted within at least a 30-second span where Pogba gave possession away 3 times, where he gave the ball away to he tried to play Martial through, and the pass was terrible on the edge of their box, and then came down the other end of the pitch, won the ball in our box, and tried to get us out. And that's where I said to the people here, I was like, why is Maguire not stepping up there and just getting into people? Because you play that, and within that short of time frame, you give the ball away in 3 really bad areas. Like, why not get into people there? And I said that's where we need leadership on the pitch. I don't care if you're Paul Pogba. I don't care if you're a World Cup winner. I don't care who you are. There's got to be a standard at this football club that it's slipped, and it needs to be brought back. There needs to be accountability on the pitch, because right now I thought Wan-Bissaka, same thing today. He looked, I don't know if he was tired. I don't know what was happening, but Brighton's attack came down that left-hand side, and the goal that we ultimately gave up was that ball from the right-hand side that came over to the left. And I don't know why Wan-Bissaka was tucking in so narrow, but we just
could not figure that out, could we?
It was just so. I mean, do you point at the manager there? Do you point at the manager because I support Ole? I'm Ole in. Everyone knows that, but get off your seat and get down to the touchline and start. You see something tactically that is we're just getting burnt. We're left, right, and center. They're exploiting it.
Yeah,
get in there,
it, mate. It is
disappointing. Well, you get the 3 points. You try to build on it. I think that the fitness, there is a bit of an argument to be made there, but yeah.
That's it. You, Tim, stay with me there, mate, because I know people like to hear you as well. Just brought in Derek, the analyst, and me, Moan. I don't know. Mamone, and Derek. Are you both there, guys?
Yeah, we're there, mate.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, Derek, I'll just come to you first, mate. Initial thoughts of that game, mate, and a lot of people going down the road of we got out of jail there. Would you agree with that?
You can see the writing was on the wall there, man. From before even the game started, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer went with Lindelof, which was a wasted sub, in my view. And you can see that we were really exploited there, and which it limited Wan-Bissaka in going forward, because he knows that we don't have the pass at the back, so it limits him going forward.
Yeah.
And the other thing we have is the formation we're playing. I don't think it's working for us, because we've got 2 people in the midfield, which is Matic and Paul Pogba. Then we have up front, we have Rashford, we've got Martial and Greenwood, and if you see the distance they have from those 2 midfielders, it's too big. They're like 40 yards apart.
Yeah.
So it means if Pogba gets the ball, then it has to be a big pass. We are not close enough.
No, I get what you're saying there, totally, Derek, mate.
We will never control the midfield because of the way we are playing.
Down the same lines again. Derek, you're echoing a lot of what other people have said. And Mio, mate, I mean,
so
do you
I
agree
think
there?
is it getting
a problem with
wrong?
Yeah,
in one team select.
Sorry about that, Derek, mate. I think I've just got a delay on your line there, pal. But I'll just bring Mio, mate, in just to say, do you agree with Derek there? The system,
so
all is causing us a problem.
Yeah,
I think with the system, right, he's got a strong midfield. Hello,
Go on,
can you hear
mate.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. Sorry, mate, that was my fault.
So I think with United, their strength is in midfield. They should, use their strength with the formation. They don't have wingers. In Mason Green is not a winger; he's a striker. The only winger is Rashford, and hopefully when Sancho comes in, this formation will suit them better. But with a midfield with the strength, they should use a diamond, a 4-1-2-1-2 diamond, with Van der Beek playing the number 10 and Bruno and Pogba playing the left centre mid, right centre mid. I think Pogba struggles to play in that too, because in that too, you need to be aggressive, you need to win the ball back. I think someone with more legs, such as Fred, was more suitable in that area. That's why I think with Pogba, I think it's still about the corona and like his fitness is not up to date. I think he still should have started Fred and and possibly Van der Beek as well. But I think the problem is right now it's the defense. I don't understand why he started Lindelof. You know, everybody like had a great game last week, and also with Victor Lindelof, you could see him today. Every time when there's a striker behind him, he just panics, just kicks it away. You know. So
yeah, no,
I still think you can't blame Oli right now because you know, like it's at the start of the season, they're still getting back to their sharpness and everything. But I think till December, you have to give him time.
Right. I totally get what you're saying, Mimone there, mate. I mean, I'm just going to leave you two guys there. Thanks for coming on and giving us your reaction. I just want to get a few more people on in the short time we've got, guys. But Derek and Mimone there, thanks for coming on, fellas. One back in holiday till December, Tim. And then one saying that the system is just completely wrong. We're never going to progress. I mean, Derek's view was sort of on the lines of the system again, mate, the formation.
Well, when those back two aren't firing, it's a concern because what we saw today was Bruno having to come so deep to collect the ball. And that's what got us into trouble for his yellow card. And then the penalty was him coming back and having to come bail us out back there because we kept giving possession away so cheaply. And when you don't have whoever your two in front of the defense are, whether it's Matic and Pogba or Fred, McTominay, whoever it is, when we're giving away possession cheaply and we don't have the link to the attack, and Bruno is having to come back so deep to collect the ball, it got to the point in the second half. I mean, that's if you look at the balls that he was playing in the second half, where he was coming so deep in our half, and he was collecting the ball himself and just those diagonal passes over the top that he was trying to, use our pacey winger or pacey wide players for. So it certainly is a concern. I would say that it was probably the tactical change that Ole made in the second half was probably more due to the fact that we were getting so stretched out across that back line where he went to the 3-5-2 and which would flatten into a back five when we weren't in possession. That was a good sign as a positive for Ole as far as tactical changes that he made. But yeah, at the end of the day, maybe that Derek has a point with, I think he was going with a 4-5 or a 4-3-3 essentially, with getting to work Van de Beek in. But it's a concern for sure. Let's
just bring in our next couple of guests here now. Guys, you can unmute yourselves now. So I'm just going to come to you first, Peter, mate. Face mask on there. Looks like you're in the car on the way home from wherever you was watching the game, mate. It's a feeling of jubilation, and then sort of when you look back at it and go and break it all down, it's like, whoa, man. Did we just dodge a swerve ball there?
That's what I feel like. I understand we won the game. That's great, but we have to realize this is Brighton we're talking about. We're not talking about Liverpool. We're not talking about Tottenham. This is Brighton. If we're celebrating that we won against Brighton 3-2, I'm sorry. Then I have to say it's not really something we're celebrating, especially with the mistakes that we've done today. Number one, you could tell Pogba's not fit. You can easily tell he's not fit. I don't know why he hasn't started Van der Beek. Because give the poor guy a break. Also, Bailey and Maguire worked. Why change that? I know Bailey. I know he's injury prone. Yes, we understand that, but you've got to take risks. Sometimes you got to take risks, man, because we're gonna be. Hopefully, we're not gonna be 6 points behind people by the end of the weekend, but you have to understand, like we're just getting started, and it's just like everybody was awful. Like Wan-Bissaka, he had his moments, great, but just awful, just pure awful. Yes, we got lucky in the end. Yes, we won, excellent, but I really wouldn't be celebrating that.
No, I mean,
especially against Brighton.
totally get you there, mate. You do, Raul. I mean, are you in agreement? Are you thinking on the lines of like what Peter is there, that we have got away with one there? It's hard to. I mean, we're always going to celebrate a win, mate, but when you look at it in depth, you've got to really be concerned still going forward. Can you hear me, Raul, mate? If that is your name. Raul, your mic is muted, mate. I'm sorry, I can't get you on. Something is wrong with Raul. I don't know what is going on, so I'm going to move on to the next caller. Peter, mate, thanks for your input, Peter, mate. I'm sorry I can't get everyone on for longer, pal, but I do get exactly what you're saying there, mate. It is very important not to get carried away. A win is a win, and a win is what we needed badly.
Thank you for having me, Adam. Thank you so much.
No worries, Peter. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Tim, they're all saying exactly the same thing, mate. How can we not be celebrating a win?
Well, look, let's look at some of the positives. I thought that Rashford was more lively today, which is a good sign, and he got on the score sheet. That's always a good sign because he's been struggling lately. I thought Martial's movement up front was better, certainly. I think that Brighton, when Brighton flattened out and they went to their back five, which is what they did last week as well, Mason Greenwood, you could see that clearly they were weary of the two-footed threat of Mason Greenwood, because there was a lot of times where they threw two defenders at him on that right-hand side and did a good job of pushing him wide. And, United, Martial and Rashford used that space fairly well. So those are positives. I thought that at the back, I thought that Wan-Bissaka was really our weakest link today, to be honest. But
worry that.
Yeah, it is a worry. Certainly, there was the chance that they put off the bar. I want to say around 76th minute, where he just looked knackered, mate. The ball came over the top, and rather than sprint back, he was jogging. We're not used to seeing Wan-Bissaka jog in those situations, mate. He's busting a gut usually to get back and throwing in a tackle to get us out of danger. So something is either he's not fit or it's fatigue, whatever it is, but that's a concern. But I thought Luke Shaw looked good today. I thought he was going forward, he looked good, put in some dangerous balls. So there's there's some positives to take away for sure. I thought Bruno, outside of the penalty and which I think he was drawn into, like I touched on earlier, but I thought Bruno was good today. So there's some positives to take from this game for sure.
I'll just come to you. Rahul, can you unmute your mic, mate? Can you hear me, pal? I don't even know if I'm saying your name right. Are you hearing me right, mate? I'm just trying to get you on to have your say, but it keeps blocking me out, mate. So I'm just going to come to Dave. Dave, I'm going to unmute you, mate. Can you hear me, Dave, buddy?
Yep.
Dave, give me your thoughts on that, mate, today. Tim's just touched on Wan-Bissaka there. Is he the biggest concern right now? Because his form is really, really worrying. I know we've got concerns with the likes of Lindelof, but that right-back position, mate, we thought we had that nailed down. Is it beginning to be a little bit of a worry about Bissaka dropping in form as well now?
I think we need to see Fozo Menza.
He wasn't brilliant against Palace, though, was he, mate?
We need to drop Wan-Bissaka to make him more harder, and that's
so you could say that. You could say that along the lines of Pogba for Van der Beek. You could say that for Lindelof, for Eric Bailly.
He's not matched up. He can't start.
This is what I mean, mate. So this comes down to an Ollie problem, yeah.
Dave, would you sooner see him give a chance with Brandon Williams on the right? Bring Brandon Williams back in. I mean, we've seen Fosu Mensah this season, and
I would say play Brandon against Brighton midweek. Try him out at right back.
Try him out at right back. It's a shout. Yep. It is a shout, mate. I mean, before we move on to the next caller, mate. I mean, Dave, can you just give me your man of the match today?
Bruno.
Bruno.
To have
Off.
the ice in the veins, 98th minute. Great
Mate.
player.
Yeah, he's absolutely breath of fresh air, isn't he? He really is. Dave, thanks for coming on, mate. I'm just going to leave it there, mate. I'm just going to try and get as many people on as possible before we finish up. Dave, thanks a lot,
show.
buddy.
Thanks.
Thank you, mate. Cheers, pal. Let me just see now. I'm just going to come to you first now. CJ Socials, how are you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing good. Right here next to Tim.
I'm gonna mute my mic so you can actually.
So, all right. You guys are setting me up here now. You are actually in the same place. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, right. A little Tim, my sidekick of many shows, could have given me a bit of a pre-warning on that one, but DJ,
I guess I shouldn't have said that.
First of all, mate, I just want to know the stress levels that Tim was getting to while watching that game, mate. Was he up and down? Was that pint of Guinness flowing? I mean, his hair still looks nice and neat, so he couldn't have been too stressed, mate.
The show was flowing though. They said they ran out, and we were a bit disappointed. And but I think they found some in the back room, so that was good.
Yeah.
I think I was more stressed. I think he was trying to calm me down.
Yeah.
Never been this.
Tim, you was trying to claim that you was confident all along a bit, weren't you?
Yeah, for sure, mate. Knew we had it in the bag. They equalized in the last minute. Go get a last minute winner on a handball.
I saw that coming from 20 minutes to the end of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It just had one of them. The game was just one of them, wasn't it, where it was absolutely mental, absolutely crazy, and you knew anything was going to happen. CJ, I'm going to move you across. If you want to just jump across next to Tim there, mate, just on his camera, because I'm just going to make room for a couple of other people. Okay. We might as well save the space. Raul, are you there, mate? Raul, I'm going to give you one more chance, mate. I keep trying, but it keeps on saying no comprende. I cannot hear you, my friend. Joel, am I calling you the right name? No, it is not happening.
You can throw that one.
Right, so I've got the compadres on the top. I'm going to come to Jay next. Jay, are you there, mate? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Good, man. I can hear you loud and clear, my friend.
Beautiful.
Initial thoughts on that game, mate, today. It was one of pure carnage. That's how I describe it. It was absolute bedlam all the way through from start to finish, mate. VAR decisions. We had 2 goals disallowed. They hit the woodwork 5 times, 5 goals. Hey, if there was a game to advertise the Premier League, it was that one, surely, wasn't it?
It was a struggle to watch.
It's a hard watch.
I'm just trying to think, like a month ago till now, what's really happened to the squad? What's changed? And I can't pinpoint it. I really can't. And I'm not a big fan of Ollie, to be honest with you. I just think tactically he's not there. And one of the things that happens in the game where I just can't understand is I just can't understand some of the positioning in the midfield, in the center of the park, particularly with Pogba, and why Van der Beek isn't being introduced into the game earlier.
Yeah,
I struggle to understand that. I think the players lose a lot of confidence in the tactics when the manager isn't making some of the changes that maybe they think they think he should be making, essentially.
I agree with you 100%
Tim,
on Van der Beek, mate.
Yeah, Tim, come to Tim and CJ at the top there. I mean, what Jay just said there pretty much echoes a lot of people. I called it pub football, mate, today because that game was won without tactics.
Yeah.
And that is a bit of a worry because I just look at it and I go, okay, without Bruno today, without that run from Shaw, that one moment, and that was just players taking it upon themselves to actually, you know what, try and change something, go forward. Is it a case now that they're just not listening to the tactics? Because, and which way would you blame it? Is it Ollie not getting the message across, or is it the players not believing in him?
I said at the start of the game, I agree with Jay 100%. I said that it was a bit of tactical naivety to throw in an unfit Pogba. We saw Pogba against Palace. We saw how unfit he was. Matic is the same thing. He hasn't trained. He came back. He was late to training. And so you put two players, one who struggled last game and Matic in that midfield too. And you look at where's the area of the pitch that we really struggled today was breaking out from the back and losing possession in front of the back four. Brighton was a game where, and we've talked about it before, Adam, in games where you can play that midfield three of Bruno, Pogba, and Van de Beek together, because against Brighton, you don't need a traditional number 6. If United keeping possession and breaking out would have caused them so many problems. When they press, you get a common character like Van de Beek on the ball who can link the attack to Bruno. You play through the press, and that front three is just going to destroy you. So today, I said at the start, I was like, why is Van de Beek not in this team? Because this is one of them games that you would have earmarked for him to come in, move about the pitch, maintain possession for you. He's so good with his movement that even if you do give the ball away in possession, we've seen him, work to get back and help out that back four. It was a puzzling one for me. I agree with Jay.
Not to be negative. I think Brighton had, I think it was 11 attempts on goal, and we had only like 3 or 4. So if there was any team in the top 6 or the top 8, that could have easily been 5-1 against United. So as long as we won, I'm not happy about the way we played.
For the lick of paint, we could have lost that game 9-4.
Yeah,
it's easily. That's what it could have been. Jay, before you go, mate, just give us your man of the match from that one today, mate.
I would probably go with Bruno, but it's hard to even pick. I think we barely take away anything from that match. Barely take away anything from that match. So
totally understand.
I want to say also, Adam, is I think Ollie also has a very stubborn mindset in terms of there's players that show really good quality, like Bay did last match, like Van der Beek has, but they just can't seem to break in because Ollie is really set in a certain mindset, and he's not willing to be fluid with it. And I think that's hindering him as well and hindering us.
Yeah. Mate, Jay, cheers for coming on, mate. I really appreciate you dropping in, mate. Enjoy the rest of the day, mate. We can relax a little bit easier now. At least we've got 3 points in the bag.
All right, guys. Keep up the good work. Take care.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye. Yeah, so France rates. How you're number 9 not getting any chances? How we're not getting any chances? Well, I'll look at it this way. I'll go, Martial had a couple of chances today, but he didn't take them. He didn't take his opportunity when the ball went through. It was a couple of times his touch was off. The created chances came from Bruno today. 2 brilliant balls. And then, obviously, he's took the penalty away. So, for me, we are creating chances. But when you've got a player like Pogba, who's one of your creators, and he's not fit playing, then that kind of is a reason why we aren't creating as much, because we're carrying a player as such. So I'm just going to bring in Andy. Are you there, Andy, mate?
Yeah, I'm here, mate.
How are you doing, pal? You okay, mate?
I'm honestly bored to tears watching this every week now, mate. We've only had the season about 2 weeks. I've had enough.
It wasn't so much boring today, was it? It was a case of we know what's coming. We know what team's going to be picked. We know what style of play it's going to be. I think that's where you're probably getting at more in terms of it's boring, because we're being let down every single week.
I think what it is as well is you can slowly start to see there's players that are... I think he's losing players week by week now. I think Wan-Bissaka down tools today. I don't know whether that's to do with last week. There is no way on God's green earth they get that many chances down our right-hand side any point of last season. Wan-Bissaka eats him all day long. He was jogging back today. I think he's had enough of Ollie's tactics. I think everyone has. Like his team selection, even if you look back to the Chelsea semi-final, playing a knackered Bruno in a false 9. Why have we got Mata on the bench? What's the point?
Exactly that, mate. You touched on a point there, actually, Andy, that you've got to look at it from a tactic point of view from Brighton. Why they specifically targeted our right-hand side for someone. Yeah, exactly that, mate. Because last season, like you said, no one would even think about going at Wan-Bissaka because he was that good. So for a team and Potter to recognise a weak link that we're all convincing ourselves isn't there, but now actually people are talking about it, like yourself, mate. Wan-Bissaka is a weak link in the defence right now, and I can't believe I'm saying it. I thought we were having issues at centre-back, but that's a bigger worry.
And you get down that right-hand side and you're able to get past Wan-Bissaka, then who are you up against?
You've got the Iceman who's melting week on week.
Right?
And can I just ask, has anyone in the last 14 months seen Ollie target a team's weak point the way Brighton targeted ours?
Exactly, mate. It's like we don't look ahead. It's like this is my issue with it. I say we look at it and go, we're Man United, we can just turn up. It's not like that anymore. It is not like that anymore. The players are obviously not listening.
And I just don't think that I don't agree with most of his team selections. For example, like if you've got a striker like Igalo, you can't play him with a front three that wants intricate play like Greenwood, Rashford, and Martial. You've got to stick Dan James on the right-hand side or the left-hand side if Igalo's playing.
Yeah, someone who will cross the ball.
Don't make sense. Yeah. Even in defence, like Lindelof or Maguire, they should be each other's backup, not partner. They need someone fast next to them.
Yeah,
I don't get most of the decisions, and I don't get the way people seem to think that. As much as I hate the Glazers, I hate Ed Woodward. Why should they go and spend 108 million just so you can beat relegation candidates?
This is the problem, innit? This is who was it I was speaking to? I think it was Ricky the other day on this one. That you've got to look at it as people who are investing money in players. Are they now looking at Ollie thinking, should we? Because we're buying players, but he's not playing them. He's you know what I mean? It's like I look at Van der Beek today, and a few people have picked up on it. He's clearly ready to go. And Pogba is dead on his feet. He's not fit enough. You can say we passengered him again today. Why Van der Beek wasn't in that team, it could have been a totally different story. But Andy, before you go, mate, give us your man of the match today, mate. There has to at least be some bright spark out of it.
No one. Greenwood, if anything. No, genuinely.
You like Greenwood? Okay.
I think he linked play up well. I don't think he got enough credit for what he done. I think Bruno actually had quite a poor game. I think most players after 3 months that under Ollie have actually looked worse. And I think comparing Bruno to the standard he set, I think he's been quite poor, and he included him today.
I judged my man of the match today off Bruno's involvement in the goals and how important they were. We can't actually judge an overall performance at the moment because with that, and to be honest, I'm looking at it from a coaching point of view as well now. I've seen Bruno in front of the back line. I've seen him at number 10. I've seen him on the left wing today. There's no discipline in this team in formation, and the players are just whether they don't want to take any sort of criticism or any note from Ole wherever they're going. And moving forward, I'm looking at it going, like Andy said then, do they actually trust what he's actually telling them now? Or are they just not as good as what we thought? It's crazy to even be thinking it. But Andy's giving it to Greenwood. Andy, cheers for coming on, mate.
Thanks a lot, lads. Pleasure. Cheers.
Nice one, mate. Cheers, buddy. Sorry, Tim. I was just sorry, mate. Before you go on there, sorry to interrupt you there, buddy. I had, I think it was someone from Australia just waiting in the room there back, but he's just disappeared off my screen. Sorry, mate. If you do want to pop back on, mate, just jump in as soon as you can, mate. I will get you on straight away. But yeah, I mean, CJ, Tim, it's worrying thoughts coming from what Andy said there. But what can you really say? You can't really disagree.
I think. Yeah, you can't. It's a worry. Look, I still back Ole. I hope he sorts it out. But certainly to start the season, first, like the team sheet against Palace, I thought he got it all wrong. Questionable again today. He's got to start figuring it out, because if the performances keep turning up like this, we're
going to get our asses handed to us, mate. I mean, that's 5 goals conceded in 2 games, CJ, mate. Midfield's not helping the defence. The defence is not good enough. What's the more What's the bigger argument?
We've become a team of individual moments, individual
Mhm,
brilliance, whereby we wait for Rashford, we wait for Bruno or Pogba to create a magical moment. I'm kind of happy that Jay actually pointed out Greenwood. Greenwood was gassed because he had to keep tracking back to help
He did put a
Wan-Bissaka.
shift in.
And so because of that, he didn't have enough energy to go at defenders like we usually see him do. So it's really poor. Bruno was gassed as well. They just, like you said, there's no discipline to stay in their roles. So Bruno was just trying to get the ball. So one moment he's in left back, one moment he's a right back, next moment he's in number 9. So it's like, where is the cohesive unit? And that's what we're lacking.
That's exactly it. I'll bring in Abe. How are you doing, mate? Can you hear me?
Hey, yes.
How are you doing,
actually,
mate?
First time I'm watching. I'm doing
Nice
good.
one.
First time I'm watching this show.
Great.
just
Nice.
came
Thanks for
from-
tuning in, mate. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome. Actually, I just want to say for this match, I saw that I think Matic was man of the match for me compared to others giving to Bruno and all. Because first goal we scored, Maguire dunk on goal. Matic plays that ball really well, and he won lots of interception from defense. Even though our Wan-Bissaka was crap today, surely, because when we were playing 4 at the back, Wan-Bissaka kept coming inside near the penalty spot. But when
How
Ole
much
put
more are they
Bailly,
staying on for?
Greenwood, he took off Greenwood and put Bailly to help Wan-Bissaka stay at right back, and then Maguire, Lindelof, and Bailly would be in center. But still, for the second goal, Wan-Bissaka was in Bailly's spot, and who scored second goal? The goal scorer was Alon left far post. So that's the main issue.
Yeah,
And
so
Pogba was-
I was just going to get onto that then. In terms of the midfield, Matic probably looked like the only one really doing his role. It's interesting you brought Matic up, actually, because he looked like he was the only one sticking to his position. There were times, like I said, that the discipline in our players, I'll come to you, CJ and Tim, on this one as well.
Yeah.
The discipline in our players and where they were actually playing, because I said it before on United Stand, I've said it on this show just before everyone started coming on, that I've seen Bruno playing about 7 different positions. I've seen Pogba as a last line of defence. I mean, the fact that Bruno and Pogba are giving penalties away as last-ditch tackles because the defence is nowhere to be seen kind of gives me a little bit of stressful thinking going forward, because that should not be happening.
No.
Actually, Bruno should not be near our penalty box because he came in to replace Pereira or Lingard at number 10 role. He should not be back there.
This is the thing. So, like Abe says there, it's interesting you should say, I don't think Bruno should be there. I think Bruno needs to be disciplined. By that, I mean, someone needs to coach him. Someone needs to get into his head and say, look, mate, you are brilliant, but we don't need you to try and do the jobs of every other player on this pitch. He's like that loose cannon right now where he's trying to make things happen. And I've got no issue with Bruno at all. I've got no issue with his work ethic. I wish everyone was the same as him. But this is where coaching and formations and discipline come into it. And that has to be taught on the training ground. It has to be taught from the side. And all I'm doing is seeing Ole sat there watching his iPad, what Teletubbies or whatever he's watching. I don't know what it is. That's all I see these days now. He sits there, does a little clap, watching his iPad that's set up perfectly for him in his dugout. I'm like, get on the sideline and get into these players' heads, because they need a rocket up their ass. They really do. And then after the game, he comes out. I've just seen a clip of it then. And he goes on, we got away with one today. Okay, no shit. No shit. We got away with one. Come on, man. Oh.
Watching United is like... Sorry, go ahead.
I'm telling we were really lucky today. If I was a Brighton fan, I would be absolutely gutted. Because
I mean, I can feel the pain in CJ's voice there, mate. Can you imagine being a Brighton fan today, CJ?
Oh my goodness! If they had better quality players, it would have been a different story.
I thought Brighton played superb today. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Connolly was a menace. I thought Mopai.
Mate,
Trossard, very good point. Trossard was superb today. I thought he was excellent. They had
right post, left post, crossbar. All three he hit himself.
Mate, that is the hat trick of unluckiness. But then again, he did do the Panenka and take the plaudits for it. That was a quality penalty. I'm going to hold my hands up and say anyone who's got balls to hit that, then you deserve all the accolades and credit from everyone. Abai, I'm going to leave it there for you, mates. Quickly, your man of the match was Matic.
Yeah, Matic.
Well said, my friend. Well said. Thanks for coming on, mate. Thanks for tuning in as well, mate. Much appreciated.
I mean, mate, I said earlier that, you got to give Ola credit for switching that tactic late in the game to go to the back five. But think about it. We had to go to a back five against Brighton.
Yeah, but you know what, mate? I'll bring Derek in a minute, who's just joined us. But you mentioned that there, Tim. But when we brought Fred on, and then we went back five with Bailly, I thought we looked worse. I thought we were shipping even more chances. And if you go to a back five, how the hell is Wan-Bissaka isolated as much as he was? Because he seemed to get worse.
Yeah, he seemed to. I don't know what it was, but he seemed to tuck it. Like, I don't know. I guess it all depends on what their assignments are defensively and how they set themselves up. But for me, to have your wing back tuck in that, I mean,
like a center back.
Yeah, almost like a center back, like as you've played. Like to have your left wing back tuck in, or your right wing back, tuck in that central. Something was off. Yeah. There's no way when you go to a back five that was the play, right? You've got three center backs. So on that last play where we give up the goal, what's Wan-Bissaka doing? Like, and like I said, to have to go to a back five against Brighton. We played a back five against Liverpool because they're front three, right? So we try to overload their front three. I wouldn't be surprised if we play a back five against Spurs next weekend potentially.
Yeah,
we did it against Chelsea, right? Those are the teams that you should be going to back five against. To go against a back five against Brighton, it just like that's how bad it was that we had to. It was mind blowing.
Yeah, I mean, Derek, are you with me, mate? Can you hear me? Yeah, Derek, mate. Oh, you're just a bad signal there, mate. Just say that again, pal. Let's try you again. Derek, I'm struggling to hear you, mate. Oh, your signal is shocking, mate. Your signal is bad.
It's really quick, man. I'm sorry. I got to run. But,
I'll leave you guys there with it. You take care, Tim, mate. And TJ, thanks for coming on as well, mate.
Okay.
We'll come on next weekend too, mate. If you need us, just let us know.
Yes. Tim's ditching me, by the way, tomorrow for the Sunday show. Just wanted everyone to know that. Yeah.
I can always join for the Sunday show. I'll represent from Niagara Falls.
Yeah. Representing from the pub.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'll leave you there. Thanks for coming on.
All right.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
So, people, it is back to just me. I am going to finish the video up there. It has been a whirlwind of an afternoon. I'm not going to lie. My closing thoughts on this one have to be, we were lucky. Brighton will feel like they have completely been robbed, in my opinion. I just feel like we just didn't have a plan from the start. It looked like the game plan was to stay in the game and then something may happen for us. That's what it looked like to me. You can call it overly negative. You can call it whatever you want. I do not care. I'm saying it as I see it. And how I see it is the players are there and these players have got something. It's a case of putting them together, puzzling, putting the pieces of jigsaw together and making it work. Find a system that works for this team, because people are saying now that players are looking like they're not listening to Ole. People are saying now, how can we be exposed that much? And you know what? You have to break it down and go, you know what? We were lucky today. But positive side of things, we got the win and we move on. We move on from here with our first win. The rot has stopped. 2 wins in a week. You can't really argue with it. So must be something seriously wrong if we're not happy with 2 wins in a week as Manchester United fans. And that just shows you what happened in the game today. Let's not forget, we had 2 goals disallowed. We could have had 5 goals if Rashford was a bit sharper with his offsides. You know what I mean? They hit the woodwork 5 times. So looking at it like that, it was one of them games where you just got to go, you know what? It was uncontrollable in the end and there was nothing we could do about it. It was just like a slugfest and one punch was going to win it and that was it. everybody, that is it for today. Anyone who didn't get on to the actual show who called in, I do apologize. I will be doing one of these again very, very soon. Probably another match reaction one just to get everyone's thoughts on it. This was the first time doing it, so let me just Zane, your timings are impeccable, mate. Just as I'm finished, I'm sure you do it on purpose, but mate, you are a legend. I've got to say it. For an Arsenal fan, an absolute legend. Adam, you got beaten by Eagles, just beat Seagulls. Ollie can't cope with the birds. Mate, c'est la vie. That is exactly what it is, Zane, mate. It is. We are struggling with the birds. And I don't know how I'm supposed to finish the show with that, but I do appreciate all the super chats, all the chats, everyone who came on that didn't quite get on. It was a bit of a manic one. I will try and organize it a little better last time, but thank you everybody for coming on the show. We live to fight another day. 2 wins in a week. Big announcement is tomorrow, people. Do tune in to the Sunday Live show, 7 o'clock tomorrow. Massive, massive, massive show. Not only have we got Saeed on to answer all your questions about this game today and anything that happens over the rest of this weekend, we have got the competition winner being announced. The winner is going to be drawn out tonight, and then I will announce the winner on tomorrow's show. It has been very difficult to decide the winner, and it all came down to the actual descriptions of why that goal was important to you and the club that sort of won the day. So that's how I'm looking at it. It's going to be decided tonight and then announced tomorrow. So do tune in 7 o'clock tomorrow, people. And I will be doing more of these. Leave your comments below when this video goes up on YouTube. Let me know how you thought it went. I'm not bothered about criticism. You know me. I'll take it as it is. But I want to know how to make sure I can get more people on and get more voices heard on the channel. That is what it's all about. We all live and watch and suffer the same every single week. We've had 2 wins in a week, Reds. We should be happy, right? Anyway, we'll get into more detail on certain things tomorrow in the show. Tune in then. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. As always, I will catch you guys later. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Tune in. I'll speak to you soon, people. Bye-bye.